Hey everyone! So, a lot of people ask me what happened to me after X Factor, and I gave an update a long time ago, like on this documentary they were making about me that never finished. But there is like a preview of it on X Factor, so it kind of talks about what happened after. But I thought I'd tell you where I am now, what I've been doing, what happened after the show, etc. So I'm going to start with when I got eliminated. As you know, I was in the top 12, but officially I was bumped down to 13 because they brought back Diamond. I don't know if you remember Diamond White. Lovely girl, but she pushed me down. But officially, I was top 12. So, anyway, when I got eliminated, I was so confused. You may have seen it on my face. I was not sure what I was going to do, but I was really happy at the same time because I knew I had like this opportunity, with this certain level of fame that comes with that show to do things in music, maybe TV. So after I left the X Factor, I was in LA. I went back home to San Francisco. I had kept my apartment while I was on the show and my car, which I later sold because kind of expensive. And being a musician, not the most lucrative thing unless you're really famous. So, anyway, for the first few years after X Factor, I went back to San Francisco. I stayed there probably, oh gosh, 7 more years before I came here to Japan. But the first few years after the show, I actually was making a living just as a singer. It was great. I was singing and acting and sometimes hosting, emceeing, all that kind of stuff. Usually local shows. I didn't really do any big TV. I did little things here and there, but nothing big. And I never got signed by a label. That's because Simon Cowell hates me. No, I don't hate Simon Cowell. Even though he was rude, sometimes he is still the executive producer of the X Factor, and he did let me be on that show ultimately. So thanks, Simon, even though you said some nasty things. But yeah, so where was I? I stayed there. I worked for a few years, but after a few years, my popularity started to die. Actually, I think my popularity was dying from the beginning, which is true for like anyone who is famous for a short time. Most people who are famous, if you're not on TV, not recording music, your fame kind of dies. And even if you are recording music, if it's not a major label, like my case, people don't really hear it. They don't see advertising for it. They don't hear it on the radio so much, So the after a few years, I couldn't survive on my own anymore. So I had to get a regular job. Back to the regular job, doing tech support on the phone, like I had done before. And I I'm grateful that I could find a job. It was cool back in the tech industry, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. But sometimes we just have to do things that isn't our dream, right? So I did that for about a year and a half, and then I met a boyfriend who I was with for 4 years. And during that time, I decided to go back to school and full time. So I am still a student now, actually, because I take my sweet time, I guess, with school. But part of that is because after a couple years of going to school, there was a study abroad program. So I decided to go to Japan. And you may know, I also said this on the TV show, I always loved Japan. And at the time I was on the X Factor, I had a Japanese boyfriend. We broke up about a year after the show. And I had two boyfriends after that. One was only for like a few months, but then the other was the 4 years guy, who we're still friends today. I'm friends with all of them still, but no sex. Anyway, so I found this study abroad program and decided to come here to Japan. I've been here about a year, and I'm also doing entertainment here, and I never stopped. I've been doing live shows even when I was working in tech support again in San Francisco. I never stopped performing, singing, acting, and Actually, if you look on like iTunes and Spotify and stuff, there are singles by me. Just look for Jason Brock. There is another Jason Brock out there, so be careful. I mean, his music is great too, but try to find mine. I only have like 4 or 5 songs on there, but they're all originals that I wrote, and one I co-wrote with a popular house DJ named Miguel Miggs called Sail On. But check it out. Also, my YouTube. I'm very active on YouTube. There have been times where I wasn't as active, but I never stopped posting there. So you're watching this on YouTube. So look at my other videos and subscribe while you're at it. Why not? Oh, and like. They always say subscribe and like. So I'm saying that too. You know, if everybody was jumping off a bridge, wouldn't you? I would. I am. What else was I gonna say? Okay, so just update on my life. I am now single. Yay. And I'm still a student studying politics, and I'm acting and singing. I do live concerts. I record music and release it sometimes. I just released a new single called He Sleeps by the Ocean. Check it out. It's me and guitar and like a violin and that kind of stuff. Cello, sorry. And I also am on Japanese TV sometimes, so be on the lookout, especially if you watch NHK. I just did an NHK show today, which is why I'm wearing this. And you know, do you recognize this jacket? Let me know if you know where this is from. I bet you do. I bet you do. Anyway, so now looking toward the future, I would love to do TV again, like a big TV show, because it's so good for your career, like, and it's fun, and it's I really think it could help me to do music full time again or TV full time if I could get another big chance. So all this time, ever since the X Factor, I'm still hoping for another big chance. But honestly, you know, you're really lucky to ever get that chance once in your life. So if I get it again, I will be extremely lucky and happy, and some would say blessed. But I don't know if that's going to happen again. So for now, I'm in Japan. I'm probably going to go back to the US eventually, but I don't know when. We'll see if I make it big in Japan. And if not, that's cool. Maybe I'll make it big in America. And you know what? If that doesn't happen, I'm looking at a life in government. I really want to work for the government. We'll see what happens. But so that's kind of my life in a nutshell after the X Factor. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. I will try to answer. I usually respond with something, even if it's a heart. But if it's a question, I'll really try to answer it. If you have any questions about what happened to me on the show or about other people on the show, like my extremely famous friends like Camila Cabello and Fifth Harmony and who else? Some big stars came out of that show. Who knew? I knew them when we were all like unknowns. And now I'm slowly going back to unknown. Tissue, please. Okay, I think that's about enough. Please subscribe. And if you really love me, go to my Patreon, the Jason Brock Fan Club. It's on Patreon. It's down below. There's info on that, or somewhere in this video, something might pop up. But you can join the fan club and support me if you want to hear more music, more videos, etc. Love ya. Thank you.